Personally, for once, I wish to stand by my brother in homophobia, Hasan Piker. I honestly don't think I would have the balls to sit there in front of other gay men and go, I want to throw you off a building, you filthy degenerate.
Hey, Arch, when was the last time you played Halo?
15 years plus.
Halo ain't what it used to be. It used to be.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, the Reddit community over on Halo is still fairly active. And wouldn't you know it here
Reddit community. Well, here we go.
Yeah, Reddit and community are very oxymorons, right? But over on Reddit, the Halo Reddit, they want to let everybody know that where they stand on social issues when it comes to specifically June. And they'll let you know immediately when you go. Oh. Here's their avatar right there when you first join us, ready to go.
They want to dry too.
Yeah, no lube, no latex, just straight on in there. There we go. So they very much, right? I mean, literally hits you in the face right when you came in. Apparently, though, you can't let everybody know that it's Men's Awareness Month as well.
Of course not.
Because they are banning users for saying Happy Men's Awareness Month over on the Reddit. You can see this user here. Hello, you've been permanently banned from participating in our Halo because your comment violates this community rules. So saying Happy Men's Awareness Month does that. You won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe to it. If you have any questions regarding your ban, you can contact a moderator team by replying to this message. So there we go. You are now unable to let everybody know that it's Men's Awareness Month in the month of June. But by all means, they will let you know what they feel immediately when you walk in. We've seen a pullback from a lot of companies here in June dealing with all the Pride stuff. I know you did a video about that, and it's been something that's been very, very in your face. The idea that a lot of these companies just don't have any interest. It's all, they go whichever way the wind is blowing this year, and the wind is blowing that it's no longer cool to do this during the month of June. But the communities, though, specifically in the video game space, they will let you know how they feel about things.
Well, this actually demonstrates precisely why the companies are no longer doing this. Because for the company wishes to earn money. The Reddit wishes to chase people away from the product that the company wishes to sell. Obviously, they're not going to associate themselves with them at that point. Because the only reason they did so to begin with was because they were convinced that there were more wokeists out there than there were normal people. They have been proven wrong, and so they'll pull back. And this, of course, entirely standard for Reddit, because in essence, all Reddits have the unspoken rule of don't punch left, basically. If you do anything against the left, you will be banned. And Men's Mental Awareness Month, which genuine credit to Ubisoft, by the way, for tweeting that out on Rainbow Six Siege, is actually stunning and brave, because they're doing something that they can actually receive societal consequences from now. So, yeah.
Well, Reddit is, we mentioned how some companies have pulled back, but others just waited a few days, including Treyarch. Treyarch, big Call of Duty developer. Did you see that what their post was today, Arch?
I didn't.
Well, look, they want to let you know that it's important that everybody deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated for who they are. And that this Pride Month, we affirm our commitment to an inclusive place to work where creativity thrives. To our players, teammates, and partners, we see you, we support you, and we are proud to work along with you. And once again, Arch, I want to let you know, everybody deserves to be seen, heard, and celebrated. Unless you have something to say.
I knew it. Isn't it?
Unless you have something to say on X right here. So that's interesting, though. And this was pointed out actually by Melanie, Melanie Mack. She says, if everyone deserves to be heard, then why do you have such restrictive voice chat policies in Black Ops 6?
Yep.
I mean, I think it's a valid Valid point.
Really great question.
So interesting. Now they also have some patch notes as well. And Based Beagles over here says, I'm a Christian white heterosexual male. When do I get to be heard and seen? Since you turned off the comments in your newest post, they have not responded to that to let everybody know. So, but yeah, a little more virtue signaling here. And as one would expect, the quote tweets of this, the quote post or whatever it is, very much are letting them know how they feel about that. So you almost wonder, Arch, do you think that the reason that companies post this isn't to virtue signal, but just to drive engagement?
Well, it's been a common theory since the beginning of all of this that it is done for attention, but I don't really believe so. I think it is done because there's somebody on the team who genuinely does believe in this stuff, or is so ideologically captured that they've convinced themselves that they do. Because in the day and age of the internet, getting attention isn't hard. Any tard with a webcam, as ably demonstrated today, can get attention. What is difficult is getting positive attention.
Mm-hmm.
So the old adage of all PR is good PR no longer holds true. And I think that's been ably demonstrated by the very fact that so many companies are pulling away from it with repeated flops of various entertainment products.
Well, we've seen the response to this. This is from Taylor Hansen as well. Taylor Hansen over on X says, Call of Duty used to be about competition, not politics. When Nick Merckx said the LGBT community should leave children alone, they scrubbed his bundle entirely and issued a statement how they were dedicated to Pride. But they'll sell you flashy Pride themed skins and promote weed bundles weekly. Voice chat is now auto moderated by AI. One flagged phrase and you're out. This isn't evolution, it's erosion. The soul of the franchise is buried under virtue signaling and store updates. In today's Call of Duty, politics comes first. Gameplay is secondary, and that's why the community is walking away in record numbers. A perfect example of a once great franchise forgetting the audience who made them successful in the first place.
Yeah, and at this point, I mean, Call of Duty is obviously just cashing in. Like, they know their game has hit the level of popularity where people who don't know anything about the game or its history or anything else will purchase it like Madden. So they're going to milk it as hard as they conceivably can because they will get away with it. Like, I'm sorry, all Call of Duty bros out there who's like, oh, this will finally be it. It's finally been it for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
Call of Duty will eventually die, but it's going to be because the normies abandon it, not because anything we say, unfortunately.
I'm curious what the Call of Duty revenue is for 2025, because, like I said, they're going to do this because, oh my gosh, Call of Duty has generated over $35 billion since 2003. Holy moly.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I am genuinely nostalgic for just full-on vampire capitalism, abusive capitalism, because at least it's better than the virtue signaling one. But remember, if you let a company get away with something, that will then become the standard.
Yep.
Simple as.
Well, Call of Duty, it's not just Call of Duty on your consoles or your PC. It's also Call of Duty Mobile. Call of Duty Mobile is still making $30 million a month. Like, that tells you everything you need to know. Call of Duty Mobile making $30 million a month. Holy moly. Let's talk about other uncomfortable moments dealing with Pride. This one, oddly enough, coming from Hasan Piker here. I don't know if you saw this post here. This is kind of interesting. He was on a podcast with several gay folks on it, and they were discussing the Pride flag. Said Hasan declares his love for a far-right Islamic terrorist organization known for the execution of gay men in front of his openly gay co-host during Pride Month. Here is this clip.
Here, let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag?
Yeah.
Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
I don't know flags.
It's this is a.
You know what? I'm gonna be brave.
Come on.
My favorite flag
It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up. Wow.
Son.
Or
We might have to cut this.
we're behind the paywall. It's fine.
It's like, we may have to cut this here.
Personally, for once, I wish to stand by my brother in homophobia, Hasan Piker. I honestly don't think I would have the balls to sit there in front of other gay men and go, I want to throw you off a building, you filthy degenerate. I can't say I would have the fortitude to do the same. So
it was very brave of him to say that in front of them, wasn't it? Because that's essentially what he said, right?
Yes, that is what he said.
Yeah, it's really
It's like
rough.
sitting in a room full of Jews and going, swat.
And with that, Arch will be joining us again in about 5 seconds. Okay, we got to get this under control here, Blabs. Hey, Arch.
I don't see the problem with any of this.
Well, was pointed out by Cogman.
Demonetized.
Now go ahead, Arch. Say what you're going to say.
No, it is literally the equivalent. Like, you have here a group of people who genuinely hate them, and you're like, yeah, I like this flag.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Cogman points out, says, I still think it's quite revealing that Hasan constantly praises terrorists as not a violation of Twitch's terms of service, but calling a fat woman fat or a man gets you banned on Twitch. Yes.
It's because he's got the special privilege. This is not confusing. This is not difficult. Hasan Piker is protected by the powers that be because he's part of the institution that is Twitch. Therefore, he can say whatever he wants, and he gets like a 24-hour ban, tops.
Yes, this is true. Well, I'll tell you what. There are people though who are checking a list, or making a list and checking it twice, and it's not Santa Claus this June, Arch. It is Pride UK, as they are calling people out publicly, saying, we see you. And they're noticing, not just the normal man noticing the changes, but they notice as well. And they are not happy about the changes that you're seeing here with these companies. So also,
That started last year. There was a bunch of people who were crying about, like, oh, rainbow capitalism is over. Like, on the one hand, I'm glad because they never cared about us. On the other, I'm scared. Yeah, no, they know that this was their cultural relevance. They don't have it anymore. The only reason why Pride was even made into Pride Month was because the companies thought they could push shit to people for a month. And it failed. So they're now disavowing, and the activists themselves now understand the piggy bank is going with them. So, of course, they're scared.
obey your digital overlords. Watch this video right here that YouTube suggested for you.